camera! Where is it? Where are they? Oh! Who are they? Where's the detonator? Tell me! Now! Where are they? What is it? Where are they? We must save them!
Who are we saving?
Them!
Who's them?
Them! In the camera!
They're in the camera?
Yes!
Are they stuck in the camera?
Yes!
There are two people in the camera, but they look kind of stuck in this giant rectangle. But this one seems to mimic everything I say.
We must save them!
Why?
Because they're us!
I'm kind of mad at that one because that one keeps mimicking me every time I talk.
Why? Is this one doing the same hand gestures that I am? No, I don't want to save him.
You don't have to.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, I'm Robbie, joined, as always, by Kyle. Kyle, how are you today, buddy?
Not too bad, not too bad. Just, here we are. We're back again.
We're back again. That's right. We're excited to be here. It's been a little while, but we are back and maybe better than ever. I don't know. You'll be the judges of that out there. But, for tonight's episode, this is going to be another one of our funner episodes to do because, as you know, Con and I always love attending a good sporting event. I always love talking to you about going to said sporting event after the fact, and that is exactly what we had the occasion to do this past Saturday, just 3 short days ago. Kyle and I made the trek into the great city of Boston and over to the Cathedral. The just best, greatest, just there's not enough adjectives to describe how awesome this place is. It is Fenway Park. That's right. Kyle and I went to our first Red Sox game together this season on Saturday night. It was actually my third game of the season for me personally.
Nice.
But yeah, it was the Red Sox and the Orioles in Game 2 of what was a sort of day-night doubleheader on Saturday. But Kyle, I mean, let's get right into this. So actually, let's not get right into this because I forgot one thing. Shout out to our sponsors. Zyman Organizing and Wes Woodson. Would be help if I actually, pronounced our sponsors' names correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zyman Organizing and Wes Woodson, big friends of the show. Sponsors of the show, and just overall just great people and organizations, and you should go follow them, and you should just do whatever as they say to do. And the link will be in the description, but again, big shout out to both of them as always. But anyway, as I was saying before that, let's get right into it, Kyle. Obviously, it was a very fun time at the Red Sox game on Saturday. Unfortunately, the Red Sox lost 4-2, but still, we had a great time as always. So I just wanted to sort of jump right in and get your overall thoughts on the experience heading back to the good old Fenway Park on Saturday night.
It was incredible. Like, I hadn't been there in a while. I think maybe since whenever it was last year, I think that we last went. But no,
that was September, I believe. Yeah, last September, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, against the Mets. When we went against the Mets.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I love that. That was actually a really great game. But this was a great game too, and it was just so much fun going there, and especially kind of during this time of year where it was very warm. But, I mean, honestly, it wasn't, too warm. It was just the right temperature, honestly.
It wasn't raining, which was good, because it had been raining earlier in the afternoon. We were a little worried, oh, God, is this game going to get played? But it cleared out, right in time to start the game.
Yeah, that was great.
On time.
Just really good timing, yeah.
Yeah. It was perfect.
It was Yeah, I just love being back at Fenway, and like that's probably my favorite way to watch like baseball in general is just going to the game, and I feel like you just really get the full experience, and time goes by so fast when you go there too. A lot of people say I know that when you watch a baseball game, it can be very slow, but to me, whenever I go to Fenway, the time really flies. Like I feel like you have just such a
Time
great
flies
time
when you're having fun.
right?
Yeah, it works out.
Yeah, and it was just like, and the I just love the whole experience. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, obviously, yeah, I would have loved if the Red Sox would have won, but at the same time, I always just enjoy going to Fenway.
Mm-hmm.
No matter who the opponent is, no matter whether it's a night game, day game, doesn't matter to me. Like, I just love going and watching the Sox, and and just all the sort of sounds and smells and just everything about Fenway. I mean, basically, I've been going there since I was 8 years old, and it's basically like my sort of summer home away from home in a lot of ways. Like, it's just a very special place, and so lucky that we have the opportunities to go see games there. And like I said, this one was just a tremendous experience, and as always, we get to sample the good eats that are at Fenway. A lot of different, as we've talked about in previous episodes when we've talked about either sports foods or just other Red Sox games. Just a lot of different options there, and always some good eats. I personally went for the pizza myself just because I'm a big pizza guy. Yeah, it's interesting. The one criticism, and I know nobody from the Red Sox is watching this, but I'm going to say it anyway. My one criticism of the Red Sox game day experience this year is that they got rid of Regina's Pizza. Like, for several years they had Regina's as their official pizza, and now it's and now they've switched it to Sal's, and it just
was just this year.
Yeah, just this season.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, it started just this year, and it just, I'm sorry, but it just isn't as good as Regina's. I mean, Regina's is just so good. I mean, and Sal's, don't get me wrong, it wasn't terrible, it wasn't bad pizza, but it's not, Regina's is just much better. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest. So I was kind of disappointed this year when I found out that they had sort of switched pizza vendors, but, it is what it is. But like I said, at the end of the day, still the great game day experience, and that it always is. I know, Kyle, you definitely help yourself to sort of a little variety there of food options at the game as well.
I mean, yeah, I was a little bit hungry. So when I went there, I went to get what. Now, this is kind of a funny story actually. So, I was already pretty hungry by the end of the first inning. So I went down, and I was kind of in my mind. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll grab some fries, Fenway Frank, and a burger. I feel like that's the perfect dinner and everything, and the perfect kind of barbecue experience. So what I did was so I went and grabbed the fries, then I grabbed what I thought was a Fenway Frank initially, and even the people behind me we were just kind of looking at what was all laid out there, and I'm like, okay, I guess it's a Fenway Frank. And they were asking me, they're like, what is that? I'm like, I think it's a Fenway Frank. I'm not really sure. And they're like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I guess we'll find out when I pay for it. So, turns out it was not a Fenway Frank. It was actually a sausage. It was one of those Italian sausage.
Yeah.
Meals. It's hard to tell because everything's so wrapped up. So,
right.
And they didn't really have any labels where I was. So you just kind of had to sort of guess a little bit. I think they're still kind of revamping that a little bit. I hope they, maybe they kind of improve the labeling a little bit. But honestly though, I didn't complain that much because I thought the Italian sausage was really, really good. So, and I hadn't really tried one there, at least for a long time from when I can remember. But it was great. So I had and then I went over to the burger spot. Now, I thought it was going to be Tasty Burger too, but I think they ended up replacing the Tasty Burger with something else, which was, it was still decent. But a little bit to kind of what Robbie was saying, I have a little bit of a, because in years past they've had Tasty Burger there, and Tasty Burger is just, it's so good. Oh my God. There's one down right by Fenway. Then there's also a couple other locations, including like Harvard Square. If you ever go, you need to go to Tasty Burger. It's incredible. Like they have some just great like specialty burgers you can have. That one has like eggs and bacon in it. Like, I think they call it like the Sunrise. It's really good.
Oh, that sounds good.
You can grab it with some tots or onion rings, or I think you can even do like a fries and onion rings combo. You can do a lot of stuff. Yeah, you can do a lot of good stuff there. So, it's definitely worth it. But I was a little disappointed, when I didn't see any tasty burger. But the burger they had there was still pretty good. I forget where it was from. It was from some other place. I think it was a little bit more of a, I don't know if it was more of a smaller kind of like area that was like in the city too. But it was still decent. It was still, I didn't have any complaints with that, so that was good. So
yeah, I mean, it looks good from what I could see. So yeah, I mean, burger's a burger in some cases.
Yeah. Pretty much.
So, but no, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you still at least enjoyed the burger, even if it wasn't exactly tasty burger. But it is.
It was still tasty on its own burger.
Yeah, exactly. It was still a tasty burger, and the pizza was still a tasty pizza.
There you go.
Yeah, just kind of more wishful thinking on our part than anything else. It is what it is. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, and the nice thing, it wasn't like a blowout game too. It was it was a close game. It was 4-2. The Red Sox, they tried to put a comeback together at the end, but just came up a little bit short. But yeah, I mean, just what were your sort of thoughts kind of about like the game itself, not like the gameplay itself? Just sort of what were your thoughts on that?
I mean, it definitely took a little while for the Red Sox to kind of like pick up, but I will say I was very impressed at the sort of comeback that they had, because they had only scored one run mainly throughout the game, and it was already ninth inning. They still had that one run down. But I will say I was very impressed at how they kind of picked it up a little bit in the very last inning there.
Yeah.
And they did end up scoring another run, which is cool. But unfortunately, they did lose like 4-2. The Orioles, I mean, they did a pretty good job. I thought they really played a good game. So, and it was interesting because I feel like they're kind of like equal when it comes to like like talent, like skill and everything. So
yeah, no, I mean, it was. Like I said, it was a good game. It was a fun game. Would have been better if they had won, but it was still a great experience and always a good time sharing the experience with this guy right here. And then we had a nice. It was kind of nice how it worked out. So I actually drove, and instead of taking the train like I do a lot of times, I actually drove in this time and parked at a garage I like kind of just down the street from Fenway, and Kyle took the tee, but it's interesting. He actually took the tee from out like in my area as opposed to sort of in here in the Medford area because he was coming back from Norwood, and so it kind of worked out where actually I ended up giving Kyle a ride back to his car at the tee station after the game, so I was going right by there. Anyway, it was kind of nice that we got to hang out a little bit longer and listen to some 90s throwbacks music on the radio on the way back, which was pretty wild.
That was awesome.
That was a great time. But yeah. No, we had a really nice time, and definitely looking forward to attending another sporting event in the future. I mean, obviously we've been to a Celtics game recently and a Red Sox game, so definitely I'm sure we've got some more sports before this whole year's up. But definitely sure we have some more sports in our future together. So it was great, and like I said, another good Fenway experience for the both of us.
That was good.
I don't know if there's anything else you want to throw in.
No, I think we pretty much covered everything that we did. So
yeah, no, it was good.
Yeah,
it was really good. All wins, losses aside. So. We are now going to sort of transition on to the second half of our episode, which we always do. And I'm going to start out with my final thought because this is going to be kind of a combo final thought because being a sports show, you knew we had to bring this up, especially being from the Boston area, because one Boston area team that is doing amazingly well right now are the Boston Celtics, who if you have been living under a rock or in a cave and don't know, which I don't know why you're watching this show if you don't, the Celtics have made it all the way to the NBA Finals. That's right. The Celtics for the first...
I'm like yawning as you're saying. I'm sorry. I'm excited.
I didn't realize that, Kyle, what I say is so boring to you. I mean, I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, Robbie.
But anyway... for the first time since 2010, the Celtics will be playing for an NBA title coming up starting this week against the Golden State Warriors, the always potent Golden State Warriors. That series kicks off Thursday night. The Celtics made it to the finals after defeating the Miami Heat in Game 7 in Miami on Sunday night in what was a thrilling game where the Celtics were able to hold on at the very end for the victory. And so, Kyle, I just wanted to ask you, sir, your just overall reaction to the Celtics for the first time in 12 years earning a berth, earning a chance to play for an NBA title.
I mean, yeah, it's been a long time coming, like they haven't really gone that far, at least. Have they been to the finals recently, or?
Well, the last time they were in the finals was 2010.
So literally over. Oh, sorry. I'm just. Oh my god, I'm not even there.
How to tell when my co-host isn't listening to me?
What? Yeah. No. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I've had a long day. Yeah. So. No. I think. It's. Yeah, it was definitely a lot. Like I said, like a long time coming. They it's just really impressive. It was nice because they've gotten. There have been a lot of times, where they have gotten pretty close. And I remember even more recently. I think. I mean, I know they didn't make it to the finals recently, but did they at least I feel like they got pretty far in the playoffs.
Yeah. So
right?
No, you're right. No, you are right about that because in 2012 and again in 2018, they actually both times made it to a Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Unfortunately, they lost both those times, and both those times have to be against LeBron James. But, I mean, they have been sort of on the doorstep there a couple of times, but, like I said, luckily this year they broke down the door and got the job done, which is, like I said, just very, very exciting.
Nice. Yeah, it's just been a really very tense playoff, but just very fun to watch because basketball is so fast paced. And I remember I was watching it with my friend Ben too, and actually the three of us were. Did we ever watch one of the games?
We were
together?
watching. Yeah, we were watching the first half against. It was one of the Miami. It was Game 1 against Miami. That was the game a few weeks ago.
That's the one. Yeah. Okay, I knew we watched at least one game.
Yep. No, you're right.
Yeah, and it's just really it really kind of started to sink in. Like, wow, these guys could really go far this year. I think it was in that series, and they really did. They've
made it to the top of the mountain. Now, will they get over the top? We shall see. Golden State, obviously, as we know, is going to be very tough. But hey, with the way that they've been able to sort of get this far this season, I mean, anything is possible as far as I'm concerned. So it's going to be, like I said, just going to be a lot of fun to see how this next series go. I can't wait for it.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool. Especially it's really going to come down to the wire. I think these next 7 games because Golden State is a really good team, right? They are. I mean, they're there for a reason. Obviously, where they are in this, so. It's going to be very interesting, and hey, win or lose, at least the Celtics really put a hell of an effort there this year. So
it's gonna be a fun series to watch, win or lose, like Kyle said. So can't wait for it, and just wanted to wish the Celtics the best of luck, and go get them, and hopefully in a couple weeks we'll be celebrating banner number 18 because that'd be pretty awesome. So now. It is time for the moment of the episode that you've all been waiting for. What?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, you were like...
I'm just trying to build up them, pretend them.
Yeah, now it is time for the moment of this episode that you've all been waiting for. It is another riveting, rousing, just awe-inspiring edition of the Sue's Reviews. And so I turn it now over to the Sue's himself, Kyle, for another Sue's Reviews.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about. I've had a hard time actually picking what I wanted to review because, since the last episode, there have been so many things that are coming out, like movies and even shows. So I think what I'll do is I'll do a so far review. I'll start with the Obi-Wan show that came out. So, yes, there is a show, Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus, and the first 2 episodes just aired last week. I believe it was last Friday. And it is a direct continuation of the prequel trilogy. So, for those of you who are Star Wars fans, yes, there was the original trilogy that came out in the 70s and 80s. And then years later, it followed with this prequel trilogy. And I'm sure, I'm not going to get too much into the Star Wars lore. I could literally spend an entire episode of On a Couch just talking about Star Wars and who the characters are and everything. So if you don't know Star Wars, look it up. All the characters are there. You can probably find it on Google or even do a catching up video on YouTube or something like that. But so basically, for those of you who do know Star Wars and know the prequel trilogy, so the prequels came out like in the 90s and 2000s, like early 2000s, and they chronicled a young Obi-Wan training a young Anakin Skywalker, who a lot of people would know that becomes Darth Vader. At this point, I think even people who haven't seen the movies know that big plot twist that Anakin Skywalker, Luke's father, becomes Darth Vader. So,
wait, really?
I know, right? See, I guess only Robbie didn't know. See, guess Robbie's been living under a rock the whole time. But there we go. Robbie's going back under the rock. So the show is nice because they did bring back Ewan McGregor, who played Obi-Wan in the prequel trilogy, and I think he was actually one of, if not the best consistent aspect of that trilogy. I love Ewan McGregor. I think he's a fantastic actor, and he really put a lot into Obi-Wan, and you really kind of saw that character growth throughout the 3 movies, episode 1 to 3, and it's just really nice because this series picks up kind of like, actually, sorry, so when I say a direct continuation, the show actually takes place 10 years after the prequel trilogy ended. So after basically Anakin becomes Darth Vader, that all happened already. So now it's kind of him, dealing with his failure that he, to him not being able to train Anakin into a Jedi and letting him become evil really haunts him, and you really see that through the series, and I think that's one of the best aspects that they really got going on for it, and they really focus pretty heavily on that, and the rest of the story is kind of the Empire is trying to hunt down all these other Jedis, and they got these Jedi fugitives, and they even throw some other kind of surprises with the Jedi, which I find are kind of interesting, and it's just really. It's a really good show. I think it's very well paced. Some of the action scenes and the editing I think could use a little work. That's probably my one complaint about it. But honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan, I don't think you're gonna mind too much about it. Because if you're really there to see, Ewan McGregor reprise his role as Obi-Wan, then the show delivers that, and it's really great. And they also bring back other actors that reprise their roles from the prequel trilogy as well, and it's really neat, and it really kind of bridges. I feel like this series does a great job so far bridging the gap between the prequel and the original trilogy together. So I'm really excited to see what the show has to offer for the next. I think it's going to end up being 6 episodes. We'll see what happens with the next 4 episodes, and I'll give you guys a full review in the future of it. So check it out, Obi-Wan.
Cool. Well, thank you, Kyle, for that, and I'm sure the Star Wars fans out there will definitely get some enjoyment out of that. And by the way, I'm sorry if for you folks at home, if you just thought we went through an earthquake, I only kicked the table there. So if you saw a little shaking, that was just my foot. We were not going through an earthquake.
So aggressive, Robbie. Jeez.
I know. I just, whenever I think of Obi-Wan and Star Wars, I gotta kick things. It's crazy. I don't know why.
He really hates the prequels.
Jeez. I don't get it. You know,
I mean, who besides everyone else hates the prequels, right? No, sorry.
But no, but thank you for that, Kyle, as always. Like I said, so well done.
It's no, but I'm like half joking because there are a lot of people that don't really like the prequel movies, so that's actually kind of like a half.
I don't have any opinion on the prequel movies, though. I don't feel any way about them to begin with. So, please don't send the hate mail to me yet, because I really am. It's complete coincidence, you know.
Oh man.
Oh jeez. Anyway, before we go too far down that rabbit hole, we're going to start to wrap up this episode by thanking everybody for joining us tonight. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following us on YouTube, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Please like and subscribe, and please follow and take a look at our other shows. We've got Marvel at the Movies with Doug and Kyle. We've got the Sports Blitz with Kyle and I. This show is Kyle and I. The Sports Blitz does not involve Kyle and I.
I've been on a couple
Kyle's
episodes.
Kyle's been on the most episodes as a guest, but the Sports Blitz is actually with Doug and I. Sorry, Doug. Didn't mean to rule you out there. But anyway, again, like, subscribe. Definitely drop us a comment, drop us a follow, everything. Just also go follow our lovely sponsors, Wes Woodson and Zyman Organizing. Again, the links will be in the description as always. And let's go Red Sox, let's go Celtics. As always is the case. So that's going to do it for this edition of On a Couch Talking Sports. As always, that's Kyle. I'm Robbie. And we are on a couch, and we just talk some sports. And
Star Wars.
And Star Wars, yeah. So until next time when we sit on this couch and talk sports, we will see you then. Bye, everybody.